My dear children, today we are going to discuss the term if clause. If clause is otherwise known as conditional sentence. If clause or conditional sentence carries a condition, and the word if makes or creates the condition. So in English, there are four types of if clauses. They are zero conditions, possible conditions, probable conditions, and impossible conditions. Means we can classify if clauses or conditional sentence into four: zero conditions, possible conditions, probable conditions, and impossible conditions. So the first one, zero condition, is comparatively less important or unimportant. So we can avoid it. And now we will get three conditions. They are possible conditions, probable conditions, and impossible conditions. So possible conditions are otherwise known as type 1 conditions, and probable conditions type 2, and impossible conditions type 3. So in English there are three types of conditional sentences or if clauses. They are type 1 possible conditions, type 2 probable conditions, and type 3 impossible conditions. We have left out the zero conditions. Okay. And now please have a look at the type 1 or possible conditions. Here is a sentence for example for you. If you study well, you will pass. And now we are going to check the if clauses and the main clause. In a conditional sentence, we will get two clauses, or when two clauses come together, they form a conditional sentence. So here I told you, in a conditional sentence there should be two clauses. They are if clause and main clause. And I think it is very simple, or it is very easy to understand or identify the if clause, because the word if should be there in the if clause. So here, if you study well is the if clause, because if contains in the clause, and the other or the remaining clause is main clause. Okay. So once again, in a conditional sentence there should be two clauses, if clause and main clause. And one more thing, now I have begun this sentence using with the if clause, or if you study well you will pass. If clause is used in the beginning, but if you want you can begin the sentence with the main clause also. That's you will pass if you study well. If you study well you will pass, and you will pass if you study well are same, no difference in meaning. Okay. So we can either begin the conditional sentence using with the if clause and or main clause. Okay. So if clause, if you study well, main clause, you will pass. And now let's have a look at the type 1 possible condition again, this same sentence. Okay. And now here we are going to speak more about the possible conditions. Why it is called possible conditions. And now the sentence is, same sentence is here. If you study well, you will pass. Now think or imagine you are going to write an exam, and the examination is on 30th of this month. You know, today is 4th of this month, August 4th, and your examination is on 30th of this month. Now you are going to get more than 25 days or 25 days. Okay. So there's a chance for studying well or preparing well for the exam, because you are getting more time or more days, that is 25 days are there to study. So if you study well, is the condition is here, and there is a chance for fulfilling the condition, because you will get much time for your preparation for the exam. Okay, so it's called a possible condition, because the condition in this type is more possible. So there is chance for fulfilling the condition, because you will get more time to prepare for the exam year, because the exam is on 30th of this month. Okay, so this is called a possible condition, because the condition is very possible. There is a chance for happening the condition. And now have a look at the form of the two clauses, if clause and main clause. If clause is, if you study well, main clause, you will pass. So if clause has begun with the word if, I told you that. So the form is if plus subject plus V1. In bracket, I have given the letter S. I will tell you later about that. Okay, if you study well, if plus subject plus V1, and the subject is you here. That is why we can't use studies. So V1, study is the V1. V1 meaning base form. Base form, that is V1. We can change it to V2 and V3 and so on. Study, studied, studied, V1, V2, V3. So here I haven't used studies, because the subject is you there. So you know that every singular subjects will take S form with the V1. But here, even though you is singular, we can't use S form, that you know. So except you and I, every singular subjects or all singular subjects will take S form with the verb, with V1 or base form. So here it is wrong to say that if you study well. It is wrong, because the subject you can't take S form with the V1, that you know. But if it is here, if the subject is he here, we can use studies. If he studies well, okay. Okay, leave it. And now the form is if plus subject plus V1, and to the main clause, subject plus you will pass. Subject will or can or shall or may plus V1. So in both the sets, in both the clauses, that is in main clause and if clause, we can use V1. Okay, V1, V1. So in type 1, in both the sides, in if clause and main clause, we can use V1. Okay, please have a look on this once again. If you study well, you will pass. If plus subject plus V1, then in main clause, subject plus will or can or shall or may plus V1. Here there are 4 auxiliaries: will, can, shall, may, but mostly will is used. Okay. Okay, and now we can move on to the second one, type 2, probable condition. So the sentence is same sentence, but some changes have happened. If you studied well, you would pass. Okay. If you studied well, you would pass. Probable condition. Imagine the exam is on 30th of this month. I told you that in the previous condition we discussed about it. The exam is on 30th of this month. And now imagine tomorrow is the exam, that is today is 29th of August. Just imagine tomorrow is the exam. So you will get only a little time to prepare for the examination. But if you studied well, you would pass. But if you didn't study well, you are not getting enough time for that. Okay, that's probable, not impossible and not possible. So the probable condition stands in the middle of the two conditions, that is the first one and the third one. It is not so possible, but it is not much impossible also. Okay, so if you studied well, you would pass. Now there is no much time to study well. Okay, so the changes, the if plus subject clause, there is no change, but here v1 has become v2 in the previous type. Okay, in the previous type, yes, here it was if plus subject plus v1, but here it is if plus subject plus v2, and in the main clause subject plus, in the previous one it was will, can, shall, may, but here it has become subject plus could or should or might plus v1. Here v1. In the main clause also it is used v1, but actually it is v2 because auxiliary has become v2 past. Okay, so would plus past is equal to past, so never use v2 here. Exactly it is v2 because we have changed the tense here. We have changed the auxiliary. Now it is in past tense, or it is v2. So v1 is used. Never use v2 here because it is already it is v2. Okay. And the third one, impossible condition. What about the impossible condition? So first one was possible condition, and now it is possible condition. In the first type, there was a possibility for the condition to happen, but here there is no possibility. It is impossible to happen. Okay. Now here is a sentence. Imagine the exam is over. Now we can say this sentence after the examination, after the result. After the result, we can say this sentence. Exam is over, result have released, and if you had studied well, you would have passed. That means you didn't study well, so you didn't pass. You have failed in the exam. Even though you have written the exam, you have failed because you didn't study well. And now there is no use to say this sentence. If you had studied well, you would have passed. So two impossibilities have happened here. Two negative things are happened here. You didn't study well, so you didn't pass. So impossible conditions. Here the form is in if clause. Again if plus subject plus, here is no change, and then had plus v3. So here v3 is used, and in the main clause subject plus would or could or should or might plus have plus v3 is used here. Okay, so in both the clauses or in both the sides v3 is used. So we know that when we use v3, the auxiliaries have, has or had should be used with at least one of them. So here in the if clause, had is used because there is v3, and in the main clause have is used because there is also verb form is v3. So when verb form v3 is used, we have to use have or has or had. Okay, that you know. And now we can put it together, all these types put it together. Yes. Here it is. If you study well, you will pass. If you studied well, you would pass. If you had studied well, you would have passed. Okay. Now it is very simple to understand that in the type 1, both the clauses will be in V1. Study, pass, V1. And in type 2, both the clauses will be in V2. Studied, that's V2, and would pass, that is passed. Would pass is equal to past, V2. But we will write in the form, we will write V1. Okay, I told you. Then the type 3, if you had studied well, you would have passed. In both the sides, in both the clauses, V3 is used. Studied and passed. Both are V3 of the verb. So once again, in type 1, in both the sides, V1. In type 2, in both the sides, V2. In type 3, in both the sides, V3. Okay. And now there is another sentence for you. If he sings, I will dance. If he sings, I will dance. Then there is no need to ask you in which type this sentence belongs to. Yes, you know that this is type 1 because I will dance is there. If he sings here, subject plus, if plus, subject plus, V1 plus S form is used because the subject is he. That is why we can use S form with the V1, sings, sings. So you have to remember that when the subject is I or you, we can't use S form with the V1. We can use S form with the other subjects that are he, she, or name, brother, sister. So like that, except with the I and you, S form is not allowed. Okay. So if he sings, I will dance. This is type 1. Now, please think about the type 2 and 3rd of the sentence. Yes, here is it. Type 1, if he sings, I will dance. Type 2, if he sang, sing, sang, V1, V2, V3. If he sang, I would dance. Never use I would dance. Wrong. I would dance. Would is past, dance is V1. I told you, would dance. If he sang, I would dance. Third one, if he had sung, I would have danced. Here, if he had sung, meaning he didn't sing, so I didn't dance. Okay, two negative things are happened here. Always remember that. Two impossibilities have happened here. If he had sung, I would have danced. He didn't sing, so I didn't dance. Okay. And now there is another term, unreal conditions. Unreal meaning not real. Okay. If I am a bird, I will fly. If I were a bird, I would fly. If I had enough money, I would buy a car. Okay. First one, if I am a bird, I will fly. The thing is that I can't be a bird now. So it's called unreal condition. So this symbol type 1 because I will fly is there, and am is a present auxiliary. Auxiliary is present form. So it is type 1. And the past form. If I were a bird, where is the auxiliary verb is past 1. So it is type 2. I would fly. If I am a bird, I will fly. If I were a bird, I would fly. Not only the changes happened. If I am a bird, I will fly. If I were a bird, I would fly. Okay, and the third one is important. If I had enough money, I would buy a car. Okay, is this type 2 or third? That's my question. If I had enough money, I would buy a car. There is clue to understand. I would buy a car. That is type 2. That is a main clause of type 2. I would buy a car. But there's a problem with the if I had enough money. So somebody will think that this is type third. No, this is not type third one. This is not possible. No, impossible condition. This is probable condition. If I had enough money, I would buy a car. That is type 2 probable condition. But we can change this type into third one. That is impossible condition. Only adding a word. If I had got enough money. The previous one it was if I had enough money. But here if I had got enough money. I have added the V3 got. Now it has become type 3. If I had got enough money. Meaning I didn't get enough money. That is I didn't buy a car. If I had got enough money, I would have bought a car. Now it has become type 3. Okay. So one thing should be remembered. When you see a had in the condition sentence, don't think that it is type third. So there should be a V3 with the had. After had, V3 should be there. Then only it will become type 3. Okay. Okay, I think you might have got some ideas about if clause.